Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of College Financial Preps Preparing for College podcast. So excited. I have my good friend Natalia Zimnoch of Zimnoch Financial Group with us today. And Natalia has this, I'm going to say, a story for us and kind of how she got into financial field, her career. And I think it's relevant for all of us. Natalia, why don't you introduce yourself to us and share with us
Of course.
what led you to your career path today.
Sure. So, Vicky, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you, everyone. My name is Natalia Zimnoch, Zimnoch Financial Group, and so there's a few things that I had on my mind. I was thinking, I was actually putting some paperwork away now during tax season, and I came across a letter in the drawer from my college that said, "We're missing a parent's signature on your FAFSA application," and I said, "Wow." I can't believe I still have this because I graduated college in 2012, but it kind of got me thinking. I really wish I had Vicky at the time when I was going through this. What ended up happening was my mom was and still is a single parent, and she is probably the greatest role model in my life. Oh, shout out to my mom. Woo, thanks, mom. But she had instructed me to apply to see scholarships and financial aid. Obviously, college is not cheap. And my mom had instructed me to apply for FAFSA. And I walked into the financial aid and the student, advisor office, and I'd been sent around to all these different offices. And when I walked in finally to the FAFSA office, it looked like Grand Central Station, and there was like papers everywhere, there's lines, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I waited in line, I got the application. Now, granted, today everything is probably online, which makes it that much easier, but filling that application out was so complicated. Now, at the time, obviously, I wasn't a financial advisor. So all that stuff was kind of new to me. And I ended up getting something right at the end of the day. And there was just paperwork and back and forth. And I remember, I just thought to myself, I really wish I had Vicky at the time. I know how much good you do for students and for family, especially those who are widowed, divorced, going through life changes, and even just for regular families that are happily married with two parents that maybe can't afford to pay for college. Shout out to you, Vicky, for everything that you do because that's a big deal to be able to help people with such a big expense like college. And I know personally what you've done for a lot of my clients and how much you've been able to help. So guys, Vicky is the person to talk to if you're looking for college financial anything.
I also love, thank you for all the kind words. But I remember once, and I hope you don't mind me sharing this. I remember once you talking about how you got into the financial field yourself.
Hmm.
Would you want to share? Because I think it's such an important story.
I do think it's important. And, here's how I got involved, right? I was trying to find a direction after college. I had an undergrad degree in psychology, had my bachelor's in psychology, and I was one semester away from getting my minor in business as well. And I decided to drop that minor because I understood the amount of money that was being laid out for college. And I said, I grew up in a family business. In no way or no capacity officially have a minor in business, but from life experience, I like to think or say to myself that I basically have that minor in business from all of the real life experience that I've got. I ended up dropping the minor. I graduated on time, and I was trying to find a career path after college. And so I ended up taking the exam for insurance, and I was still feeling a little lost. And I found the right mentors who guided me. Became a career agent with Mass Mutual. I was with them for 7 years, and now I've moved over to an independent firm so that I can be able to provide my clients with more freedom and flexibility. But really, the story behind it was when I got involved with Mass Mutual, one of my mentors there, Ted, shout out to Ted, he had said to me, Natalia, you have to find your why. What's your why? Why are you in this business? You have to tell clients, right? That that's what you do. That's why you do what you do. And I'm like, Ted, that's a great question. And I'm sitting there to myself thinking, Talia, what's your why? Why am I in this business? And so, I had a conversation with my mom, and she had mentioned to me about the fact that she and my dad had gotten life insurance 2 years before my dad passed away. And had it not been for that life insurance and for that planning conversation and that whole financial plan that they did with an advisor and an attorney and just a team, just some basic stuff that was put in place, I would not be here where I am today without all of those things that they took seriously. And it wasn't a conversation that they put aside or they said, we'll get to it, right? Oh, life insurance, it's on the list. This is on the list. That's on the list. They really took it seriously and they said, we've been putting this off for a little too long. Let's get it done. And my mom was just talking to me about that. And I kind of stopped her. I said, Mom, that's my why. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I found my why right then and there. And so that's why I do what I do. And I'm sure if you haven't been able to tell by my voice, I am super passionate about the financial planning world. I love helping clients with the college planning, the preparation in terms of financially, right? The 529 plans, the alternative strategies, gift of a lifetime. I love helping clients who are business owners and with retirement planning. And my practice covers multiple different stages of life. And I have a team who really supports clients from grandparents making gifts from the moment that children and grandchildren are born, all the way through Medicare, retirement planning, and rollovers, and everything in between. I would love to speak with you if you are having a conversation with Vicky and she recommends that.
I just referred a client over to you.
Oh,
I was
it.
working with a client and we're focused right now, of course, with me, we're focused right now on college. But in discussing college, we also need to consider the future also and consider retirement and any
Right,
other financial plans they have. So,
for
that's
sure.
why you can't just look at college in just a vacuum.
Right.
A vacuum. It needs to be part of a bigger picture sometimes.
Right, for sure. And there's been those couple of clients that we've worked on over the last year that we were able to shift some of those assets over, some of their assets.
Right.
And I tell clients all the time about keeping cash in the bank and in terms of 14, 15, 16-year-olds. A lot of times I hear, oh, there was a communion, a mitzvah, christening, a part of sweet 16, and we just put it all in cash. And it's in the bank and it's in one of those accounts for my child. And there's a lot of reasons to keep that money in there, but there's also a lot of reasons to reposition those assets. Or maybe you have cash as a parent or grandparent put aside. And then I'm not going to go too deep in the nitty gritty, but what about families that have special needs children? The impact, you keep cash here and there. There's beneficiary designations, there's trusts to be discussed. There's a lot of different moving parts, I think, in financial planning. And what a lot of people don't realize is your financial plan, your college plan, it's a living, breathing thing. Everybody's got one of those financial junk drawers at home and you pull it open, right? That's where you throw your tax returns, you throw your life policy, you have a 401k statement, it goes in there. And maybe you look at it once in a while and you put it back. And maybe you pick up the phone and you call someone like Vicky or myself to help you. And to be honest with you, the clients that do pick up the phone and contact us, the impact that we've had on some of those clients is so profound. I can't begin to tell you. I have clients that have had major health changes, and had they not picked up the phone and called me, they would have never been able to get life insurance again when a term policy was expiring in 2 years. Remember that client we moved some money for a year and a half before college, and they were able to get $20,000 in college funding, right? Because of us working together for them. I'd like to invite everyone listening to this podcast to pick up the phone, send an email, have a conversation with us, and see how we might be able to help you.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing, Natalia. I know that you need to run. I'm just going to wrap it up here. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this episode today. Thank you for sharing your why. Hopefully everybody's teens are going to find themselves in college, and as they move forward, they'll find their why. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Natalia. Her contact information will be listed in the notes, and we'll see you on the next episode of
Thank
College
you,
Financial
Vicky.
Preps, Preparing for College. Thanks, Natalia. Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.